Hey YouTube, it's Sarah. So I haven't made a video in forever, y'all. I've been on hormones now for 21 months, which it doesn't really seem like it's been that long. I guess I've total transition now has been, I guess, over 3 years. 09. I started in like December of 09. I think it was sort of my first coming out party in January of 2010. So it's been a few years. Definitely the best decision I've ever made for my life, even though it's been extremely difficult. The road to being transgender is full of hardship, and it is not an easy road. Do not make the decision to come out and live as a transgendered woman and make that journey unless you cannot continue to live the life that you have now. Because it's hard. I've lost a lot of friends, and I live in fear of losing my job, and just for being myself. And family, and that one definitely hurts the most. Family is the hardest people to lose in your life, for your family. It does get easier with time. You tend to see more friends and family kind of coming around. I've noticed that definitely in my life, and that's been good. I've been very, very happy about that. Yeah, it's also extremely important when you're going through this process to have people in your corner, at least one friend, at least somebody who can be emotionally supportive, because it is such an emotional journey. Transitioning from whatever to whatever is a mental transition. It's not just a physical one. It's definitely a huge mental aspect to transitioning. I've noticed anyway that my emotions are all over the place now, especially since starting hormones. Sometimes I think I might have an imbalance in my hormones, which is extremely important to get that checked. I don't get mine checked often enough. The last time I went to a doctor has been almost a year, and I'm looking to switch to a new doctor anyway. Different story. That's totally different. Sorry for bringing that up. It gets a little wild sometimes, and it's very important to have somebody in your corner who can support you. Another really important part of transitioning is passing. Passing is by far the most important part of transition. Well, of your publicly transitioning, I should say. Not in your own heart. Of course, the most important part in your own heart is self-acceptance and self-love. That's what it's really all about. However, in public, it's important to pass. The reason it's important to pass is because it makes it just that much easier if you pass in public, whereas if you don't. I don't pass as well as I would like. I know. And it's difficult, and it's hard for me. But I do the best I can. The most important thing that I feel in passing is to obviously be yourself, but to allow the woman inside of you to come out. Just allow yourself to be you. Don't fight that feminine part of you, your female side of you. Let her out. Be yourself. Be the woman inside. Because it tends to be a little bit more natural. When you accept your femininity, your movements become more naturally feminine. Therefore, your looks become more naturally feminine. Therefore, you feel more naturally feminine. And that carries on in your body language. It carries on in everything you do. Definitely important to accept yourself for the woman you are and let her out and give her freedom to move around and do what she wants to do. Because that's you. Some other things that I know is hard in public is gender clocking. Gender clocking is when someone, anyone, and all of us do it, every human being does it, whether it's consciously or subconsciously. We check out people. We check them out. We notice certain characteristics that separate them as male or female. Obviously in females, breasts, wider hips, feminine voices, higher pitched voices, All those kind of things are keys, giveaways. Men, it's obvious, they have the completely different shape and flat chests and usually skinny butts. But men sound different, look different. Women sound different, look different. Gender clocking can really suck for us, for us trans people, because when we walk into a place, we get stared at. I do. I know. I get stared at everywhere I go. I cannot go to the grocery store, the gas station, the bank. I can't go one single place without being stared down. Even everywhere. I've not been anywhere, ever, where I didn't get stared down. And it really sucks. It starts to really wear away your confidence. Because you start to think, well, am I not passable enough? Because you know what they're saying. You hear the snickers, you feel the stares, you know what's going on. And it's really hard. And it really sucks. However, it is part of the life of being, I guess, a transgender person. I don't like it. I don't think it's right. And quit staring at me. Anyway, sorry. Y'all, I've had a lot of really amazing support here lately. I've gotten a lot of really great comments and a lot of messages and new friends that I've made through YouTube. One of my things that I love to do is talk with people who are considering coming out or just on the brink of transition. I recently have come into a young woman, and her name is Bliss. Ciao, Bliss. She's got an amazing story. She started transition a little bit later in life and has really come a long ways. To me, that just says a lot. She pushed forward. She came out to her people. She changed her name legally. She completely changed her wardrobe, her attitude, her mental state. She accepted herself for who she was. And she's so much happier now than she's ever been. And I applaud that. Absolutely I do, because I know how hard it is. I can only imagine how difficult it is later in life than it is at the age I started, in my 30s. Which, start as young as you can, as you feel comfortable with. It took me a while to come out. It took me a really long time to get comfortable with who I was. Hold on, check my notes. Y'all, it's been so long since I made a video, I have to make little extra notes. Being transgender is scary, and it causes a lot of depression. I've experienced it, for sure. A lot of deep depression where you don't really know if you've, not that you don't know that you've made the right decision, just that you don't know why your decision had to be this difficult. I'm just, we have to live the hand that we're dealt. And sometimes, for us, trans people, that's not so easy. It causes a lot of depression. A lot of issues come up about, what am I doing this for? Why have I always felt this way? Why can't I just be like everyone else? Well, I don't know, but we can't. We won't, we aren't, we are different. And we should be able to be ourselves without so much ridicule and so much hate. And it causes a lot of depression and a lot of anxiety. So I always caution you that if you are going to begin transition, don't take it lightly, because again, transitioning is so much mental, emotional, not just physical. It is such a journey. And it's hard. It's extremely difficult. That's why you have to have somebody in your corner supporting you. You have to have something. You can't do it alone. If you have nothing and you have no one, come to me. Talk to me. I will be your friend. I will help you out. I will talk to you. I love this. I love talking to anybody who has any concerns, any issues, questions at all about being transgender. I know, because I know it's extremely difficult. Sorry, I gotta check my notes again. That's really about everything I have, I think. So it's important to go to a good doctor, both a psychologist and an endocrinologist, because you want to talk with your psychologist about all the issues that you're going through. You're going to have a lot of issues to go through. I don't have one of those psychologists. I do it all on my own. Not that I don't do the hormones on my own. I did have to go through the psychologist and then the endocrinologist to get on hormones, but I stopped psychological therapy a long time ago, thinking I could do this on my own. May not have been the best idea, because sometimes I think that would be really nice to have still. Somebody I could just talk to about all my issues and not feel judged. So you all have to be strong for yourself, and remember that it's all about being yourself. It's all about living. It's all about living and making yourself happy. Transition is hard. Doesn't mean you should give up. Doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. It is an amazing experience. It's a fantastic feeling. Living as yourself is so freeing. It is such a great experience. There is nothing else like it on this planet. Only a handful of people get to just be themselves fully and not hide behind anything. I'm not hiding behind anything. This is me, take it or leave it. So I hope you take it. I hope y'all like my video. Keep your responses coming. Keep the messages coming, the comments. Keep clicking on my ads. I really appreciate that. That has made me a lot of money, and that's amazing to me that y'all have seen my videos that many times, clicked on my ads, and responded so much. And I will talk to y'all later. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Oh, bye, Bliss.